Look, I'm really sorry.
So am I.
I shouldn't have.
No, I shouldn't have, not understood.
No, you understood, and you didn't say anything that I hadn't already been thinking. I think that's why I got so bad in shape. I realized that what you were saying was what I'd been denying.
Well, I only said what I said because I was worried about you.
Which is the last thing I want you to be, so... I made an appointment to see the psychiatrist.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna bare my soul starting tomorrow.
Look, if you're doing this for me...
No, I'm doing it for both of us. There's a lot going on in our lives right now, and most of it is really wonderful. I don't want to jeopardize it.
You couldn't if you tried.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm sure not gonna let a little stress or some crazy Indian legend come between us. For the love of God, these aren't gorillas, they're women. They weigh a combined 220 pounds. And in case nobody's bothered to mention it, neither of them has more than a passing acquaintance with reality, which is supposed to give you guys the edge, McMahon. Yeah, but wouldn't you say that a mental patient is generally considered to be at a disadvantage when pitted against trained law enforcement officers? Why is that not the case here? Uh-huh. Yeah, I've heard the term. Let me tell you something. I can be crazy like a fox, too. I could have you suspended, for instance, without pay, if you were to continue to make excuses instead of finding them. And I don't want to hear about the sheriff's office. If they've done a lame job in this, it is only because they are following your example, my man. Later.
Ever think of issuing flak jackets at the door?
Well, I will when you learn to call in advance and give me some kind of warning that you're going to come. I'm sorry. I guess I get a little upset when the police department gets lambasted for incompetence in both the early and late editions of the newspaper. I mean, next thing you know, we're going to have our own comic strip.
Well, then, by all means, let me take you out of here. How about some dinner?
Is that why you came?
Well, you don't need to look at me like I'm wired for explosives. You know, it is common for a wife to show up and take her husband out to dinner after a long day.
Yeah. Especially when she has some major checking up to do.
What checking up to do?
Eden, I can smell a reconnaissance mission a mile away. You were afraid that I was going to skip out on my appointment with the department shrink, so you thought you'd casually suggest dinner and then casually suggest that you walk me back to his office afterwards. Right?
I hate you.
You better watch out. I'll tell the doc that's the cause of my problems. My wife doesn't love me anymore because she knows that I'm smarter than she is.
Are you nervous about this session?
No. Not at all. I just hope it'll do some good.
I hope you're not setting yourself up.
For what?
Oh, you know, you said that you hope this session isn't a waste of time, and that sort of implies that you're inspecting it.
Thank you, doctor, but I already have an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Well, I always thought it was a little strange that you didn't enter into therapy after I was raped.
I talked to Heather Donnelly almost as much as you did.
Informally, yeah, you did. It's just you never took her up on her offer to participate in any of the support groups.
Well, I thought it was more important that I be home so I could support you. Not to mention the fact that I had to figure out who did it and I had to find who did it, you know.
I'm not criticizing.
You sure?
Yeah. It's just that Some people make it a tradition of not asking for help.
So what are we talking about here? Is it some macho ethic that I...
No, I'm just talking about you. I mean, you, as a person, are fantastically healthy most of the time. I mean, you don't repress anything. You're not neurotically neat. You're not neurotically messy. I mean, you're honest, but you're not blunt. But you will not admit to yourself that you have one of the most stressful jobs in the world, and you expect to be able to do this job without any side effects. And the fact is that no one can.
Well, I believe I have conceded that there are certain side effects I'm suffering under right now. That's why I decided to make this appointment with Dr. Corbell.
I just want you to give it a chance. You know, don't expect an instant result or an instant rapport. You know, a therapeutic relationship is just like any other. It has to develop.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, I'll try not to expect too much too soon.
Or too little.
What is this we're doing now? What is this called right here now?
Pre-therapy preparedness. No charge.
Thank God for that. Do you mind if we continue this over a quick burger somewhere? This insight is making me hungry. Okay? I think I liked Lamaze better.